That's better.
My power is not up. You'll have to pick somebody else.
What other ranger has power? Brew has power. By the way, Rangers, there's a circle of power clicky that you can get in Plane of War. Something to get, maybe.
I have it.
Rather use mana? Fuck your power?
I like mana though.
Is Zach back or what?
Does not appear to be.
This
Where is
guy.
he standing? Is he at the banner?
He's halfway between the banner and Karg.
Shady, tank Cargalia or Horatio, one of you guys. At least he's in a spot that he should not die at the beginning here, and if he comes back, then he can just go tank Cargalia if he gets back. All right, 30-second one. Geomantra.
Start those heals rolling.
Tanks prepare to use deflection in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Bard Epic. Idoran Cast Alliance. Funeral Dirge.
Epics. Brew all power.
Epic Mini Burn.
Idoran power.
Great Wolf Engage.
Killian power.
Spell Gems Refreshed. Fulmination. Ibadan Cast Alliance. Sibar Heads Up. Cast Elements. Gift of Mana. TC over. Gift of Mana.
Use a dragon scale or something, Red. Oh, you can't fucking use them. No wonder you're dying.
No tank on Confused Warden. By Scattle.
Alliance.
Like I said, I'm being backup tank for Mazos too, because I can't be running out there getting ants, guys. You gotta be over here.
Get tight to fucking Sivar so that we don't have to have tanks running around like Goofy.
Cast Elements. Gift of Mana. Back away from Cargalia. Sivar Heads Up. Idoran Cast Alliance. Cargalia's Aura Up. Cast Elements. Gift of Mana. Back away from Melalofen.
Okay, that one was at the mob and there was still no tank on it.
Cast Elements.
Oh, about Sivar, I've been fine on Sivar. Just get the damn ad.
Gift of Mana. Back away from Sivar. Sivar's Aura Up. TC over. Haze proc. Gift of Mana. Back away from Hanvar. Sivar Heads Up.
Melalofen, you'll probably have to help out on
Apex of
Cargalia.
Mage Spire. Hanvar's Aura Up. Fulmination. Gift of Mana. Virulent Talon Faded. Back away from Hanvar. Cast Elements. Hanvar's Aura Up. Haze proc. Gift of Mana.
Sivar, you guys need to pick it up.
Back away from Sivar. Recast Epic and Fierce-Eye. Cast Elements.
Go ahead with Epic.
Sivar's Aura Up. Epic Mini Burn. Epic
Geraldo power.
Gift of Mana. Back away from Melalofen.
Melalofen, pay attention. Cannot kill that before the other thing.
Red Aura. Idoran Cast Alliance.
Fucking Sivar's at 30%.
Group 9 go to Savar.
Back away from Cargalia. Sivar heads up.
Group 9 help out at Savar.
Cargalia's aura up. Back away from Cargalia.
Did Geraldo hit power? I don't see it.
Cup. Haze proc.
There you go.
Cargalia's aura up. Back away from Sivar. Sivar heads up. Grey Wolf down.
Kill off
Cast elements.
Savar.
Sivar's aura up.
Attack.
Kill off Savar. And then adds, I assume.
No. I mean,
Frenzy burn out bait.
with kill ads. Kill all the thing.
Out of red aura. Cast elements. Gift of mana. Haze proc. Gift of mana. Alliance.
See those spirits,
Back
Cheetah,
away
get
from
ready to roll.
Melvin. Out of red aura.
Zach, you'll have to go first.
Zach is AFK. He's back.
Rising fashion.
Zach, are you good?
Back away from Melvin. Cast elements.
Gonna have to range it. It's just the aura spamming him.
Wonder, you want me to go
Out
first?
of red aura.
Yes, please.
Apex of the elements.
Supernova.
Cup.
Use Spice
Epic Bird.
Kovacs.
ITC. Enchanter IOG. Paragon. Ranger Auspice. Gift of mana. Apex of the elements. Haze proc. Fulmination.
Guys, we're all fucking spread out. If you're
Total intent.
very far from the dragon, you're not getting splashed.
Cast elements. Golems. Gift of mana.
All DPS on the
Give
Tomb
them up.
Guardian except for Niragul can stay on the dragon.
Golems.
These things need to die fucking fast.
Ibad cast alliance. Gift of mana. Cast elements.
The faster those things die, the less tanks we lose, which means we lose less DPS trying to tank them later. Tomb Guardian spawned again.
Golems. Cast elements.
Maid, do you want power at Vulak?
Rear intent.
Go ahead. Mine was still going, but it's a
PC
big
gold.
area, so I don't mind
Improved
having.
when cast faded. Cup. Bifold up. Funeral dirge. Recast shield. Alliance. Auspice.
Blender, can you sneak in
Goals.
power as well?
Yep.
Guardian up.
Cast elements. Fulmination. Bard epic. Gift of mana.
Are we out of spice? Rangers are pretty busy,
Goals.
right?
I can
Smart
do.
deny.
I got it. I'm there.
In a minute, I'll have it.
Idaran cast alliance. Great Wolf engaged. Cast elements. Fulmination. Curing Hanbar's aura. Golems. Ibad cast alliance.
Should have been names there. Bod, Dana,
Size
Killian,
intent.
Markel, me, Idaran.
Cast elements. Recast Geomantra.
Keep your Silos and Spirits of Cheetah running. And just the tip to clear the DD thing. Try to have Geomantras up before you go into them.
Golems.
Move around. Don't just fucking stand there.
Paragon. Rear intent.
Dana died on the way to her blue thing.
Banner back in, Dana.
Martin, can you cover north? I'm dead up here.
Gift of mana.
Shit.
Epics ready.
Benny,
If
can you
die,
go north,
immediately
please?
banner in.
Still.
Kill the goo.
Frontal intent.
Are any melee able to do anything with the ball of stone, ice and stone? I can only cast on them.
Where'd you die, Fib?
I'm like right in the fire aura.
If you died, get back in here.
There's two golems coming down the steps, blue and gray.
Shit, I'm on my way.
They're at the raid. We're about to get exploded.
Punt them.
Just
Ranger
punt
hospice.
them.
Sides intent.
I got
Ran
south
tag
again.
lines.
Okay, I'm good for north.
Shady, get to life.
Out of red aura.
Out of the aura?
Please.
Kovacs is stuck on the ball by the campfire.
Cast elements. Rear intent.
Take that Tomb Guardian back down. Get on the Tomb Guardian.
Back away from Hanbar.
Kovacs is out.
Aura in 5.
Pure in Sivar's aura. Spell gems refreshed. Hanbar's aura up.
I'm
Hands up,
not
watch yourself.
coughing anyone. You guys don't need to tell us when you're in the
Give the
balls.
Recast benefaction.
Where'd the Tomb Guardian go?
Give the mana.
Oh,
Recast
It's on the
benefaction.
ramp.
I pulled it
PC
out of the
over.
aura.
I went the other direction.
Frontal intent.
Take it back down.
Gift of mana. Cast elements. Back away from
If you
Sivar.
died, banner back in. There's so many dead people here. You guys are dying to
Aura in
auras
5.
and failing to run to the correct fucking
Sivar's aura.
color to cure.
Auspice over.
Aura's up.
Good, Ben. Thanks, guys.
Gift of mana. Apex
There
of the
went the
elements.
root message. Run
Phoenix
around.
Skyfire.
Not in a
Sides intent.
circle. Like run far away from where you're standing.
Gift of mana. Back away from Cargelia.
Aura in 5.
Ranger auspice.
Aura's up. Golems.
Fog gets light.
We need a tank on Vulak'aerr.
Gift of mana.
Dead at the moment.
Mana burn.
Crew's got it.
Cast elements. Spell gems refreshed. Back away
Get him
from Cargelia.
reposition if you can,
Hold
Red.
down.
Aura in 5.
Cast elements. Cast elements. Cargelia's aura up. Recast shield.
Watch that aura.
Ellie, you have to light.
Cast
Don't
elements.
run down, Tib. Stop, Tib. Fuck.
Frontal intent.
Done.
Epic mini burn.
Whatever you got.
Back away from Melalofen.
Aura in 5.
Gift of mana. Sides intent. Out of red aura.
Aura's up.
Auspice over. Cast
We
elements.
had frontal hit fucking raid.
He's loose.
Yep, I died.
If he's on a tank,
Back
he
away
is
from
not
Hanbar.
loose.
Rear intent.
Steel blender.
Aura in 5.
Hanbar's aura up.
Aura's up.
DI shading war.
Finn, can you drag fashion?
I'm dead.
Shit.
I don't know what's going on. We get to about 20% and we fucking wipe every time. We got to
Jesus.
Vulak'aerr cleaner this time than we ever have. and then auras start to happen, and we just
away from
fucking fall apart, guy.
Bundle in 10.
Are the auras time based?
Yeah, it's like every 20 seconds, 30 seconds.
Is it
Sivar
targeted on someone? Do we know exactly where
It's
We don't know.
you can't.
Okay.
It just looks random.
Is this a get out call?
That's why we're dying, because as soon as it pops, it hits you, the damage, and not knowing where it's going to spawn.
Get out. We go again, or has anybody got a log?
I can stay for one more 10.
I was having some luck being on the ramp when Finn called the aura, and I have a better chance of avoiding.
Let's do one more attempt. Once you guys get rezzed, get back to the banner. We'll take a very short break, 2 minutes or so, and then we'll try and figure out what the hell to do with these auras. Let me get the leaders up in leader chat. Auras killing us.
We're, as doctors, we're
We
so
had the
risk averse
Drake
and afraid that
really
we've
well
let these
under
private equity
control
companies and these
at the beginning there, until the first aura hit around what 50%, and we just crumbled. We also lost a lot of people running to the fucking auras. I don't know that the triggers are working. I'd never heard mine, and I noticed my name called by reading the names, and I ran to my spot no problem. But other people are just getting murdered by that, the colored part.
I think I got an audio trigger, and I looked and saw what buff I had, and I should have went, right, and I went left, so I had to go all the way around, and I died on the way all the way around.
Does it do damage to you while you have that debuff, or is it just when you die? Like, or I'm sorry, is it just like when it goes off if you haven't cleared it?
Only damages you when it fades naturally.
Yeah.
So what the hell killed you?
Cure in
Dan? Did you
Melilopin's
run through
aura.
an aura? Did you run
No.
through a
Cure in
wrong aura?
Melilopin's aura. Cure in Melilopin's aura.
You said you went the whole
Went
way
the
around.
long way around and didn't make it in
Cure in
time, I
Melilopin's
guess,
aura.
to the thing.
Cure in Melilopin's aura.
You
Cure in
went if
Melilopin's
you went
aura.
the whole way around, you would have went through other auras that were up that were the wrong aura.
I don't know. I didn't see any, so maybe I did.
So they're up. They're up the entire time. So if you get whatever.
Cure in Melilopin's aura. Skyfire down.
Because I had to go past two other ones or whatever. So
Right. Oh, yeah, that's 280k each one. So that makes sense. I guess I'll bring that up, but before the next attempt, reminding people that if you don't go the right way, you're taking an extra 280k every time. But I mean, I don't think that's what that individually is wiping us. I think the aura thing, the rainbow aura, is what's wiping us. Is it enough that it'll kill you? Is this something that we can just heal through? I stood in it many times and I've survived, but I know that I have way more hit points than most people.
Exact copy of the auras that are where the dragons are.
Okay, it selects one of those auras, and then it applies it to the raid in the rainbow.
Yes.
I still don't understand why anyone would die to a 280 KDD unless it was Maleficent's and it got the re-trigger, which turns out to be 540k.
Some of them are coinciding with Vulak'aerr emotes. Like I got the aura, and then also I got hit by tail swipe at the same time, so I died to that.
Are the tanks supposed to be turning for that?
Yes.
Yes.
So another thing I noticed then is I could really find a real clear place to turn to avoid everybody. Everybody's almost pretty evenly spread out.
Come to Vulak real quick. I think that might be part of what the problem is. We should be having Vulak face directly east or west, and with us pointing him in a diagonal like that, he's probably hitting the fucking people who are going to Malelefin most of the time with a frontal or a tail. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because there'd never be a reason for anyone to be to the west, for example. So if where Vulak is right now, if we simply told the tank to, wherever that campfire is, if we moved it so that it's more towards where I'm standing now on the west, have him face there, tail there, wings there, whichever fucking one. Well, I guess you can't do the wings, but is it?
Yeah.
There's not a left wing, right wing, is there?
No, it's just wings.
Both.
So I guess in that case, we would just have, hopefully he's pointing west, and then the only people that would be in danger are the rangers and stuff up on the wings, up on the halls.
Why don't you try
Because
taking him in?
I've been wondering why we
emotes west and east.
Say that again.
Just try taking him in the center and pointing whatever emote to the west or to the east. And the raid will just have to move whenever the dragon moves and stay on the tail or whatever.
So pulling him to the center, and if he faces west for tail and face, and then he would face north for wings, is what you're saying?
Right, you just have to turn him once basically for
Right.
whenever
So
wings go off and then back.
Right, because you wouldn't have to turn him for the tail either, as long as nobody's in the center.
Right.
So you either stay on the north side or the south side of him, never east or west of him. I think that's an easy, low-hanging fruit there.
And then maybe that'll help with auras too. Like if they're
So
hitting if they're just hitting each like corner of the platform, then could just easily move out.
just run east and west, or dragging east and west.
Not even drag, just spin him.
Yeah, I don't think we have to move him at all. Keep him in the center and turn him in direction.
What is loss of the heavens?
Oh, you're not talking about the center of like where he's standing over there now. You're talking about the center of this arena, period.
Right, where I'm standing right now is about dead center.
Yeah. Okay. And then just have him face east or west, and have where would we have the DPS stand then?
They would be on the north or the south. Ideally the north, because that's where we've been pulling the drakes to.
So we would also turn him for the wings emote, right?
Right, you would face him north or south so that the wings would hit east and west.
Okay.
I mean that's easy call. That's a good call, Finn. So that should help. At least we won't have overlapping. Most people will survive any one of the effects unless you get a double from Malelefin. But if you're also taking damage from the dragon, that's probably where we're starting to go wrong.
So if we're gonna do that, let's throw down some campfires, to have people stack on the north and south side, because that will
Agreed.
also help with splash healing. His hitbox is so huge that people aren't able to. I
Right,
don't
we're
think
all spread
really
out.
focus. Yeah.
That was what I was bitching
These
about
people
last
tell
time.
us how to
I just
practice
opened
medicine
my map
to make
and
profit. And
Yeah.
I think in COVID, what we're
all
seeing
over
is
the
this
fucking
is kind of
thing,
coming
and
to
that's no bueno.
a head in how we're treating our patients at the end of life and saying, oh, you can't have visitors and all this. I mean, what do you think about this?
Yeah, I recently went on a bit of a tirade online about this topic, and I'll
So what is the loss of the heavens? I don't understand the question.
That's what you get if you let the call fade naturally.
How hard does that hit?
It's 450k.
It's worse than 280.
That's if you don't cure it in the aura then.
But so the thing is, though, is the 480 worth taking the risk on Maleficent's aura? Because if you have Maleficent's aura and you get the 540 because it doubles, that's going to kill a lot of people. But the 480 is 40 less K.
It depends. Depends where they're at when it goes off. They could be dropped from Vulak'aerr ramp or something else right before it hits too. If they're not at 100, 450k is going to kill majority of the raid.
Has anybody died in your group that I need to even have Kilgore there? Or if you guys been holding strong on the first dragons?
With Pog in there, it should be fine. I mean, just somebody in case I go down.
Yeah, Red has been really sucking it up on the ads on Sivar, so I'll have it make it a little easier that Kilgore being there should be able to figure it out.
Yeah. When we drop down, let's take the time to get the tanks even to drop down into that other channel and explain what we just went through.
Would you like to spearhead that?
Yep. But I would like to put down campfires first for where the melee DPS are going to sit. Or stack, rather.
I'll read you what I said.
Yeah.
And then we can go from there.
Oh my gosh, man.
Yeah. So I saw somebody tweeting some picture of a room, a storeroom full of iPads on like a mobile rolly cart. And they say haunting pic of iPads used by loved ones to say goodbye to COVID-19 patients. And my tweet basically said, hard no. Loved ones should be able to decide if they wish to see loved ones in person before they die, with gown and mask and goggles. Inflexible bans are a human rights violation. Loved ones can agree to quarantine after seeing a loved one for 10 days. PPE shortage is not an issue. We can agree to assume the risk with a cloth gown, a drape, cloth mask. That's a loved one's choice. How much they value holding their dying father or mother's hand versus the risk. Risk of transmission can be mitigated by promise to self-quarantine for 10 days, by travel alone to the domicile immediately afterwards, by disposing of the cloth barriers in the room and changing into different barriers on your way out. I see no justification for any policy that does not permit a loved one to hold their loved one's hand as they die. And then I went on basically to say, I don't know why this is acceptable or has ever been acceptable to anybody. And the more I thought about it, how inhumane it is, how
avoiding an aura. And while that is happening, the tanks will be able to also handle the directionals based on where you are standing. So it's important to be stacked up on one of those two campfires. The other thing that we need to avoid is that big rainbow aura. It seems to spawn in the four corners of this room. So having him tanked in this room and the location of the two fires will allow us to either run to one campfire or the other. The tanks will be able to run either east or west, depending on what side of the room the aura spawns on.
The main thing is that the wings emote needs to be, the dragon needs to be facing north or south so that the wing emote hits to the east and west. Nobody's to the east and west of the center pretty much at all unless you're briefly running through. And then we can keep him facing east or west so that the frontal and the tail doesn't hit anybody. Tank groups, make sure that everything looks right for when we split up here on our dragon.
So just a small point of reference here. When you're turning for the wing emote, try to turn the tail towards wherever the DPS happen to be standing at the time, so they're not eating riposte on that as well. Small detail, but. That also means that DPS, you have to focus on where you are standing.
Finalize buff, start DIs. Paladins get Mars on your groups. Who else did you guys lose in group 6 there, Barla?
You
group
moved
keeps on getting smaller.
you moved Kovacs out and Mono went to the Shami.
I'm getting a couple of tells asking the same question, so just quick rehash. DPS stack on one of the fires to the north or the south, and the tanks will face the emotes away from whichever campfire the DPS happen to be standing on at the time.
Are we moving back and forth after 35%? Is that what you're getting at?
Can I get triggers, please?
I'm not sure. What do you mean back and forth?
Well, Vulak'aerr's aura that everyone keeps dying to starts at 35%.
So it seems to spawn in one of the four corners, and we will be able to run east and west. The tanks will be able to go east and west and face the dragon like that, just depending on which corner the rainbow aura spawns in.
Okay, so I guess what I'm asking there only is, can we start the north campfire because the Drake spawn on the north side? So when we all gather, we start at the north campfire.
Yeah, that's fine. The boss in the center at all times. He'll just spin around that point in the center, but the melee can start on the north side.
Okay.
So does anybody have any questions about the aura emotes, what you're supposed to do for those?
Yes, I know. I'm getting my map together.
Markel, are you recording this?
Yeah.
Awesome. So this is probably going to be the last run of beta before we see this 3 months from now. Does anybody have any questions at all? No stupid questions here. Please ask.
Probably 3 for me.
Yeah, but your alts.
Okay, so just to reiterate, I have Cargelia is blue, Melaphanin is red, Hanvar is yellow, and Silvar is clear. Is that correct? Thank you.
You're doing your homework, Becca.
I'm doing it right now. I bet, believe me.
Bank a TB.
There's more than one person running around doing that right now, too.
Oh, 79.
Wow.
There won't be any World War II veterans left in about 10 years.
My
90s?
father-in-law died at 89 in 2011. So, and he was a World War II vet.
I'm good, yes.
Idaran Cast Alliance. Apex of the Elements. Mage Spire. Epic Mini Burn. Bard Epic. Grey Wolf Engaged. Cup. Funeral Dirge. Fulmination.
AE6.
I used my power last time.
Ibadan Cast Alliance. Sibar Heads Up.
I said nothing.
Where's Pura? Pura. I used my power last time.
Fulmination. Gift of Mana. Alliance. Cast Elements. TC over. TC over. Fulmination. Gift of mana. Sivar adds up. Idaran cast alliance. Back away from Melalofen. Seated. Fulmination. Out of red aura. Back away from Sivar. Cast elements. Sivar adds up. Alliance. Sivar's aura up. Haze proc. Gift of mana. Fulmination. Back away from Hanvar. Cast elements. Hanvar's aura up. Spell gems refreshed. Gift of mana. Back away from Cargelia. Alliance. Cast elements. Cargelia's aura up. Fulmination. Haze proc. Gift of mana. Back away from Hanvar.
Wish people were better.
Idaran cast alliance. Gift of mana.
It's all
Hanvar's aura up.
Kovacs.
Sivar adds up. Fulmination. Gift of mana. Back away from Sivar. Recast Geomantra. Recast Epic and Fierce Eye. Sivar's aura up. Epic mini burn. TC over. Gift of mana. Cast elements. Ibadan cast alliance. Back away from Cargelia. Cargelia's aura up. Recast Geomantra. Recast shield. Bard epic. Cast elements. Back away from Melalofen. Spell gems refreshed. Gift of mana. Out of red aura. Back away from Sivar. Cast elements. Sivar adds up. TC over. Sivar's aura up. Back away from Cargelia. Grey Wolf down.
Watch out, bro. Back out.
Gift of mana. Cargelia's aura up. DI shading war. Cast elements. Back away from Hanvar. Hanvar's aura up.
Rising Mark.
Back away from Melalofen. Out of red aura. Back away from Hanvar. Bifold up. Hanvar's aura up. Back away from Sivar. Out of red aura. Back away from Melalofen.
Blunder, you good to tank?
Out of red aura.
Yes.
Epics ready. Back away from Melalofen.
Everybody get stacked up on this north campfire.
Recast Epic and Fierce Eye. Paragon.
You can use buffs on Zach.
Epic mini burn. Cup. Funeral Dirge.
A little bit more, please. Perfect.
Ranger Auspice.
The campfire is a reference point.
Frontal in 10.
You guys are gonna have to get in close to do like skill attacks and shit.
Alliance. Cup.
Going back in.
Cast Elements. Sides in 10. Bard Epic. Golems. Enchanter IOG. Skyfire.
Yep.
Cast Elements.
Yeah. Hitbox is to the left, I believe.
TC over. Haze proc. Gift of mana. Rear in 10. Spell gems refreshed. Golems. Auspice over. Cast Elements. Haze proc. Gift of mana. Spell gems refreshed.
Let's tuck into this campfire a little bit more. Stack up better.
Frontal in 10. Cup. Cast Elements.
Martin, spice the raid, please.
Alliance.
LE fast
Golems.
and get in closer.
Fulmination. Ranger Auspice. Sides in 10.
Fuck.
DR Red Eyes. Ibadan Cast Alliance. TC over. Golems. Cast Elements. Epic mini burn. Rear in 10. Funeral Dirge. Gift of mana. Gift of mana. Cast Elements. Epics ready. TC over. Grey Wolf engaged. Golems. Cast Elements.
God damn it, I'm not even in the fucking order. Just do
Frontal
it
in 10.
35, I would assume.
Yeah, 35 is when the war starts.
Fashion, can you get Finn? Bedamwin, can you go north, please, and snare?
Auspice over. TC over. Cast Elements. Ibadan Cast Alliance.
I'm up, Ben. You can go
Gift
back.
of mana. Sides in 10. Spell TC.
I
Idaran
assume you
Cast
just want
Alliance.
us to off tank
Recast
the
Epic and Golems.
Guardians then?
Gift of mana. Cup. Cast Elements.
Move
Run
around.
forward.
Don't.
Rear Rear in 10. TC over.
Everybody back to the north campfire. Just stand on the ball for now.
Can't load them up.
Bard epic. Guardian dropping on Midros. Quick time.
Is it only spells?
Spell gems refreshed.
If you
Basically,
can't dots.
He said
Gift of
dot
mana.
them. Dot the shit out
Haze
of the
proc.
balls.
Gift of mana.
I am.
More dots.
Cast elements. Frontal in 10. Golems. TC over. Ranger auspice.
Kovacs just crashed desktop.
Gift of mana. Paragon. Cast elements. Cast elements. Cast elements. Sides in 10. Epics ready. Epic mini burn.
Rangers do balls too.
Gift of mana. Rear in 10.
We're gonna get the rainbow auras coming soon. Be prepared to go from.
Yep.
Be prepared to run back and forth from the north and
Supernova.
south campfires.
Golems. Guardian dropping on Blender. Recast Guardian on Blender. Apex of the elements. Spell gems refreshed. Apex of the elements. Haze proc. Gargalia's aura up.
Aura's up.
Just stay here. There's a couple
Auspice
of
over.
you in the edge of the aura. Be aware.
Frontal in 10. Apex of the elements. Mage Spire. Golems. Back away from Melalofen. Haze proc. Gift of mana.
Aura's coming in 5.
Out of red aura. Recast
Where's
Geomantra. Ibadan cast alliance. Cast elements. Cure in Sivar's aura. Skyfire down. Recast shield.
I'm in the ball and in the aura
Fulmination. Golems.
Blender has add-on.
Back away from Sivar. Cast elements. Grey Wolf down.
Aura's in 5.
Rear in 10. Sivar's aura up. Gift of mana. ITC. Recast Epic and Fierce Eye. Gift of mana. Cast elements. TC over. Ibadan cast alliance. Epic mini burn.
No, it's
Back
on
away
right
from
now.
Hanvar. Bard epic. Spell gems refreshed. Frontal in 10.
Aura's in 5.
Hanvar's aura up.
Aura's up.
Bifold up. Golems. Gift of mana.
Should be at the south campfire.
Gift of mana.
Here has
Sides in
another
10.
ramp I got. I'm on the ramp if you can res
Back
me.
away from Sivar. Cup.
Benny, can you watch for 2 golems up from the north, please?
I'm up.
Golems.
You're good, Ben.
Sivar's aura up. Cast elements.
North campfire.
Epics ready.
I got blood cells going.
Done.
Rear in 10.
Down.
Clean up these ads.
Gift of mana. TC over. Improved twin cast faded.
Bust
Back
those
away from
balls.
Hanvar.
Bust those
Aura's in
balls.
5.
Cup.
Still getting emotes.
Gift of mana. Hanvar's aura up.
Aura's up.
Epic mini burn. Cast elements. Curing Cargalia's aura.
There's going to be 2 golems from the north, fins down. Grab them, Benny. They might already be on the ramp.
Back away from Melalofen.
Touch it.
When am I good to come back after this emote?
Yeah.
Recast Geomantra.